Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today yet again I have brought a friend because this video is more entertaining. Say hi!
Hello, everybody.
You may recognize her voice and the maze because the audio quality in the previous video she was on was absolute shit. How should we call you? How did we call you?
You did call me, you called me M, Nico called me Minion. You can call me either Minion or just Sunday.
Okay, let's go with Sunday. I think that's a more of a normal name. So what will we do today?
Today we will mostly be talking about a game that is very dear to my heart and I very much hope you will like it as well. Genshin freaking Impact.
My favorite game, Genshin freaking Impact. I myself know almost nothing for Genshin Impact. I only know what Sunday has told me. So for me to get a clearer image and for you to, I don't know, learn about Genshin Impact, I guess, today we will talk about Genshin Impact.
Mainly we will be talking about every playable character and if for some freaking reason we have something else to talk about, we shall see.
Yeah. Okay. We will go with order of release. And what is the first character we're gonna talk about?
Also, the order of release, we also have it the order there in the character archive, if anybody wants to argue with us.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And the first one will be Amber. She's the first, technically the first playable character you will meet in your journey. And she is the gliding master of Mondstadt. Mondstadt is also the first region of this game.
Good to hear. Let's start from the beginning. What exactly Mondstadt looks like, is like, what is based off?
Mondstadt is mainly based off traditional German depictions.
Depictions, nice.
And for the most part, it's mostly the most empty of all the regions because it was the first city in the game. As you will see or decide to look for yourself, all the other main cities have way too many folk in them.
Oh.
Where you can actually see people walk around the entirety of the city. But in Mondstadt you will mostly see people in the main plaza near the entrance or in the near the cathedral.
Okay, nice. Now more about the character. What is she like?
She's a very bubbly character, as you can see from what we have up on the screen right now.
Uh-huh.
She helps almost everybody, pretty much. And if she thinks something is going to help either Mondstadt or the Knights of Avonius, she is going to help.
What? What was the last one?
The Knights of Avonius.
Okay.
You want me to cut
Yes,
that?
please, because I
Sorry,
don't know
sorry, I forget that. We will actually talk about that next.
Alright. Before we move on, opinions on the characters. You can start because you know most. I don't.
You can mostly go by what I say, we will see. For me, Amber is... we will do it out of 10.
Sure.
She's about either a 6 or a 7. Mostly because, I would very much like to be friends with her. I do not know how much time I would like to spend with her. Because she can get a tiny bit too much for me.
Okay, fair enough. Well, for me, it's I'm a design person. You know that I'm a very much visual person. And if you watched literally any of my anime reviews, you do know that character design is a big thing. I think her design is a bit plain. I do get her bubbly, maybe, and a helpful personality out of the design, but other than that, I don't see a lot. And we will move on and see characters that feel more like design-wise, Genshin characteristics. We'll talk about it. We've talked about it off camera. I think a 6 would be appropriate for me. Okay, shall we move on?
Yep.
Yeah! I know that guy.
So the next character we have is Kaya. He's one of the major Knights of Favonius, as I was almost about to say.
Yeah.
The Knights of Favonius are the main protectors of Mondstadt. So he is one of the big guys of... he is, as you can probably, Luna, get from the photo, he is the mysterious one out of the starting group. And his personality is mostly a little bit of tease, a little bit of a drunk. Not exactly drunk, though he would like a glass of wine every evening.
Like suburban mom. That's
Yeah, he's a summer mom. Something like that.
I mean, he's not white. Alright. So, how would you rate him? If that's all you want.
Probably a bit about an 8.
Uh-huh.
Mostly because I very, very like him as a design.
Yeah!
As a design, let's say it like that.
Yeah, and people around the internet are very creative with this design, I bet.
Oh yes, you will see in the next one. Yeah, he's about an 8. Mostly, he's an 8 because of he has a lot of potential to be a very great character with all of the secrets he has. Mm-hmm. Though a little, I don't usually like the very teasing characters. Mm-hmm. And the fact that one of his voice lines tells you to move on already, it annoys me very much because I stay idle all the time.
Oh, cringe then. So considering he's one of the second character practically to be released, is there potential for us to see more growth, story, lore with him?
He's actually probably one of, while he's one of the earliest characters to be released, he's also the one with the most potential. Because if, I don't know if it can be seen from the photo we have up here, but if you can see his eye, it's very different from all of the other characters.
Yeah, because he has one.
No, because it has a star pupil.
Oh, let me zoom in. Oh,
yeah.
You
can see it very clearly.
Yeah, sure, at the pixels.
He's actually, according to also rumors, to what we have, to what you see from his stories, and everything we have seen so far in the story, he's from a different kind of all.
It's okay.
God damn it!
She's very stressed.
I'm very stressed. I'm sorry.
About this.
He's one of the only few people you will see from Candria, which is a region we will unfortunately will not be able to see because it has been destroyed.
Oh.
Yes. If I at any point mention Candria again, it's because somebody has to do with the destruction of it.
Okay. Can you tell me more about his story? Who raised him, for example? Just a random question, and definitely
a little bit of a random question because I always forget. He was actually raised by with one of the other playable characters, Diluc, and as far as we know, they consider each other brothers, though they have a big falling out due to some secrets coming out.
Wow. Good. I would give him a 9 because I like him.
Of course you would give
Yeah.
him a 9.
Also, this is the first instant because it's the second character. We see that we have a more characteristic design. I mean, having one eye with star
tit
purple. Stop with the tits.
No,
like-
I shall mention the tits. Because everybody in the internet talks about it. It's the tit window. We must talk about it.
It's, I think, a way less generic design. Moving on then. Here, remind me here, Lisa.
Lisa. Yes, this is Lisa, the librarian of the Knights of Favonius. For some reason, the Knights needed a librarian, because why not?
We gotta keep the library.
Yes, just the library.
Stop.
So she is one of the characters who is mostly known because of her way of talking. She's the Arara lady.
Oh,
Yes.
I like her less now.
Yes, unfortunately. Though she's also a little bit of an interesting character, by my standards at the very least, because according to lore she has an illness and she will die quite young.
Oh.
Yeah, she's at her last right now.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
That's her story.
That's the main characteristic that...
We are playing with mosquitoes.
Because why not? She attended one of the big academies in their world, and after she learned about her illness, she decided that she wanted to do something a lot more relaxed, so she became a librarian. Though if you are a bit too late to return your books, she might just zap you.
Oh, okay.
Because why not?
Fair. The taser lady. How would you rate her?
6. Unfortunately. I don't actually really like Lisa. She's one of the characters I try my best to see the list of, even in the events where she takes part of. I don't exactly know why she annoys me, but she kinda annoys
I
me.
mean, the Arara is a pretty good explanation.
Yeah.
I think I'd give her a 7. I would give her also a 6, but she's ill, so she gets not a pity point, but
But why not?
No. Shall we move on?
Yep.
Oh, I don't like.
Yeah, up next we have Barbara. She is one of the third sisters. Yes, that's apparently a nun. Because why not? And if it cannot be told by her pose, she's also an idol of Mondstadt. She's a pop singer. We only see her sing like once or twice. I don't exactly remember, but from what I have heard, I do not like her singing.
No offense to the voice actors, not that they would care. But...
No, it's not the voice actress. I quite like her voice actress actually, but it's Barbara specifically.
Yeah.
Because the voice line where she actually sings, it's just a la 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 song.
Oh, I get Given flashbacks.
Yeah.
The scene in Given.
What else is there to say? She is actually the little sister of the acting grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius. We will see her later. And one of the biggest characteristics is she wants to be like her sister, but in her own way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And anything you'd like me to add?
A rating.
Of course. She gets a 5.
Yeah, that's generous.
And I'm very generous with Barbara.
I mean,
You will mostly see that my rankings will not go below a 4.
oh, okay.
Because I'm very generous. There isn't actually somebody I really, really dislike.
Mine will reach below 4. Okay, let's talk about design again. Absolute shit. You could slap her on anything, on any franchise, and it would make sense because it looks generic as fuck. The only area that kinda looks unique, and that's not a lot, is this right here and this right here. Other than that, there's nothing in my very humble and professional opinion. She gets it too.
Good deal.
I really don't like the. There's not a lot of the character, to be upset about.
Yeah.
But there's not.
Enough to like it.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Oh yes, we will of course move on
Razor!
because he was my first main. So we have Razor over here, and he is the region's good boy. Because, Razor backstory basically is that he was abandoned in the wild and raised by wolves.
Mm-hmm.
He was found by the actual Grandmaster of the Knights and taught how to wield claymore, a great sword basically, as you can see behind him, and how to defend himself and start to talk and communicate with humans. One of the very great things is that he's very honest, and you will see I will like him very, very much. He's a very kind of soul because of the fact that he was raised by wolves. He is very touching and how to say it?
Sensitive?
Yes.
Connected with
nature.
Wow.
Well done, Luna. This is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And also one of the things you will learn in his story is the fact that he actually has a better sense of both smell and hearing than most of the humans there. Due to mostly the way he was raised.
Alright. Speaking of the way he was raised,
Yes.
was there perhaps, and that's a very random question again, a big ass wolf that may have a lore?
Not exactly, because Andreas or Andreus or the Great Wolf of the North, I believe his name was. I don't specifically remember it. I'm sorry.
It's been some years.
Is one of the weekly bosses you will face in Genshin Impact, and he supposedly has a great lore importance with Razor. So from what I have found, he was not the one who raised him, it was the wolf pack.
Ah, okay.
Andreas mostly watches over the forest Razor lives in, so that's why they know each other.
Ah, okay, interesting. I was under the wrong
Understanding.
Yes. How would you rate Razor?
10 out of 10. Best boy! Best boy in all of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You can definitely see the animalistic choices that went into his design. I constantly look about design because that's the most I can say. Because, the lore hasn't touched me,
Sorry.
No, it's not, it's just that Genshin isn't. Like a wise woman once said, my type of soup. But it's not that I dislike it,
It is not the best soup, but it's drinkable.
Yeah. Or edible.
Yes.
Soup is both. Anyway, I like it. 10 out of 10.
Yay!
I that's what I wanted to say, that the abandoned child raised by wilderness or wolves, it's a very common trope that I actually really like. Yeah. Moving on.
Yes.
So
we will be going to the next region, but we shall go back to Mondstadt, don't you worry. So we have the first character we meet from Liyue, which is the region based on China. Ancient China, to be specific. So this is Xianling. Sorry. Forgot about it.
What?
Do you want me to talk more about Liyue?
Yes!
Yes, obviously. So Liyue is mostly known for its economic ties to the world that we see in Genshin, because that's where the first money, we say it here more, they say it there. We shall learn about it. It was their archon, their god, that made the first currency there.
Okay.
Would you like me to add anything more?
Nah, let's
No.
go to rating.
As we were about to say, terribly sorry about that, Xianling, this is our first character we learn from Liyue. She is one of the aspiring chefs there, and her main personality is actually cooking and trying every kind of food she can find.
No.
Believe me, she at some point just up and cook slime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so according to her, it is tasty. So we should say. So she's also one of the very bubbly kind of characters and also very helpful. But she's also the kind of character you will very much like to help.
Okay, kinda like Amber.
A little bit like Amber, though she actually, because I had her for a long time in my team, I like Xianling a little bit more.
Okay.
I almost forgot about that, and also to tell it to Luna over here.
Ah.
She apparently has a god as its sidekick. You shall see on her belt there's a depiction of him, though it isn't him itself.
Enhance.
So
I don't like how
this
it's
little
shown.
bear is Guoba. Xianling gave him the name when she found him. And he's apparently the god of stove and general cooking.
Oh,
Yes.
so it's a good match.
Yes, it's a very good match, and she ran into him by accident, because apparently everybody thought he had died.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice, I guess.
very nice. He's a little bear that spews fire, basically.
Oh,
Because why not?
at least they found each other, you know.
Yeah,
So
very
how would
good
you rate
match.
her?
She is about an 8.5. Can I say that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can put half points.
She's an 8.5. Mostly because that cooking is the main personality you get from her. Though she's also a very touching kind of person. So it's a little bit less than what I usually like from characters. Yulena?
Alright. I do love me some cooking queen.
Yes.
Yeah, I would give her a respectable 7, but that's a bit generous for my humble taste, you know? It doesn't have enough lore for me. I mean, from what I know.
Yeah, if I remember it correctly, actually she was mostly in other people's stories and didn't. Oh, actually she did have a specific event for her, though it was the event where we learned Guoba's backstory.
Oh,
So Guoba was more of a main character than she was.
yeah, fair. Let's see. Also, we just set up the pictures, and it's still a surprise for me who comes next.
Yes, very surprised.
Sunday. For me, yes, Sunday has the game on next to her.
Yeah.
Yes, the queen.
The Queen Captain Beidou,
Yes.
as Luna just said. She is the captain of the Crax fleet. They are a group of pirates. Let's say they ain't exactly pirates. They're mostly pirating food between the regions. Food, common goods.
Okay,
Apparently the dogs decided it's howl time.
okay.
Uh,
It sounds like a whistle.
no, it's definitely
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Terribly
Distracted
sorry.
immediately.
The Innas.
My wife.
If you cannot get it, Luna really likes her.
Yeah.
So the Crux fleet is actually a group of pirates that either transport goods between the regions, whether they want it or not.
Oh.
And they're actually the most helpful kind of pirate you will ever get.
Oh, nice.
Beidou herself, she is the captain of this group.
And the captain of my heart.
And she is a very helpful kind of person. You will see it from one of the characters we will see later.
Was it the other woman I like?
No, it is not the other woman you like. It is Kazuha.
Okay.
It is a wanted criminal boy.
Ah.
She actually helps a great amount of people. And actually, she is the main focus of a lot of the storytellers in the main city of Liyue.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly due to, if I remember correctly, how she got her vision, her powers.
Mm-hmm.
According to the stories, she, while in a storm, the Crux fleet ran into a dragon.
Oh,
A sea dragon.
casually, yeah.
Yes,
As one does.
as one does. I'm trying to remember the name of the dragon, but I cannot remember it. And Beidou just up and slayed it on top of her boat. And because it was a fucking dragon and she was just a woman, just one woman, even though she was very strong, this is how she gained her power.
Nice, good for her, you know.
Yes, very good for her.
We do love a boss babe.
Yes, let's say it like that.
Entrepreneur.
Also, very interesting is how she got to being a captain, because apparently, because she was actually raised in Liyue's slums.
Oh.
She was actually very poor on the start of her life, and she's actually very inspirational for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
very nice. So
Very nice.
according to rating standards, she gets an 11 on 10. Sorry, a 10 out of 10.
Did you know? Obviously, for me, a 10 out of 10. I think you've got that reaction already.
Yes.
When Nico, Vanessa, and I were preparing to make her rating anime, she put so many fucking infinities out of 10.
God damn it.
Yeah. And I told her, you know, maybe cut them out a little bit. I don't want to change your ratings. She didn't. But she didn't have time.
And so what would you rate here?
A
10.
A humble 10 because I cannot go to infinite.
She's the queen.
She's
She
wife.
needs to be higher on everybody's lists.
Yeah. If I ever see a Beidou hater,
I swear.
I
don't believe they exist, but if they do, we do not like you.
I would commit atrocities against God.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway.
And so we go to Sincho for some reason.
Yeah.
He is the second son of one of the great commercial families of Liyue.
He looks the part. He has all the bling bling on him.
Yes, he has the bling bling on him. He is mostly known for studying a very rare type of art, sword style. Give me a moment if I remember how it is
Yeah, you're just looking up in the mobile
Yes,
game.
I'm looking it up right
That's
now because I can.
cheating.
No,
Goo.
no. Wait a moment.
Yeah.
I cannot remember it. I'm sorry.
Anyway, do you want me to pause it?
No.
Okay.
He's mostly known for returning the knowledge of a very old type of swordsmanship, and also for trying to help a lot of people, even people who might not exactly want it.
One of those.
Yes. And also because he is a big bookworm and also a big writer.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he actually his manuscript became quite famous in one of the other regions we will see later.
Okay. So, rating.
Rating, mostly because he is one of the characters I use very much, quite a bit. Quite a bit. I'll actually give him like an 8.5 also.
Oh, I think it's a 6 for me, honestly.
Yeah, I can get that. It's mostly, for me, it's the 8.5 mostly because I have used him a lot and he has helped me in a lot of situations. So I can get the situation.
Yeah, I think. Okay.
The distraction of the home.
Hey, my sister came in the room. Say hi.
Hi.
Shall we move on?
Yes, we shall.
Sad. Yeah!
The distraction of the home again.
Was that you or was that me?
Her
Okay.
bag, your sister's bag.
A bag.
So here we have Ningguang.
Why?
Yes, one of the other wives that Luna has apparently. There will be quite a few of them. So she is. Give me a moment to remember how it's pronounced.
Okay, I can.
Thank you, please.
Say it.
So she is the Tianchan of Liu. So she is. Okay.
You bog your ass on the door.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So she is the Tianchan of Liu. This actually means she makes most of the rules that happen over there, as well as
Boss queen.
uh,
If there's not much to say.
deciding about what products will be brought in, traded, and come out of Liu.
Yeah.
So, as you can hear from Luna, she quite likes her. And she actually plays quite a bit of a role in the main story, considering the fact that she basically lands her house on top of the freaking dragon. There are a lot of dragons in Liu, if you have not noticed.
Yeah, they were. They killed them all.
Indeed, they did. So, yeah, that's actually a very big thing that happens. She drops her mansion on top of a dragon.
Can she lift her mansion?
She can actually move her mansion. I do not know if she can. Oh no, she actually doesn't lift her herself. It is a specific material. Though she can steer it as if it was a boat.
Okay.
Yes, a boat atop of the clouds. And in one of the events, a little bit more recent, you actually make her another one.
Yay, another house. So, how do you like her?
I like her so and so. She is a more closed off kind of woman. Though apparently she was raised quite close with Beidou, Because both of them actually come from the slums.
The slums.
Yeah, they were both. While Beidou decided to go on ships and trade, Ningguang decided to stay on the shores and sell ceramics she made.
Nice.
Very nice.
Small business owner became a millionaire.
Yes.
A story you wish to hear.
Always.
So, if you were to give her a number.
A number would be an 8 about.
Okay.
Mostly because I don't usually like the very, very rich people. She's rich and she knows it. And also the fact that I actually do not like her dress. I know it looks fancy, but I do not like it.
Okay. So it's a 10 for me, obviously.
Obviously, it's a 10 for you.
Obviously. Okay. Moving on. Oh, yeah.
And
Also, you can get, sorry, my reaction from my first, couple letters of every character when I see them.
yeah, you can kind of get it.
Yeah.
So we shall go back to Mondstadt for a little bit and talk about Thistle.
Fizz.
Yes, she is a Thistle. I actually usually mispronounce her name as Fisser, the beer. Because why not?
I thought about the job, but sure. A fisherman.
True, I did not think about that. So she is one, if you cannot get it from how she's posed, she's the most dramatic person in all of Mondstadt. Mostly because she has based her entire personality out of a book.
Cosplay.
Yes, she's cosplaying her favorite character. Thistle actually isn't her actual name, but for the love of me, I cannot remember her actual name. It's very generic. And she actually, Thistle is the name of a princess from her favorite childhood book. And because she also found a crow to join her on her adventures, she decided why not.
Headcanon.
Yes.
My headcanon. And probably other people's. There's a specific mental illness where you believe yourself to be oftentimes a fictional character. Could she have this mental illness? I mean, does she believe she's the princess from the book?
No, I actually don't think she has that. It's just an act because she wants to be the really cool princess, and because oftentimes you will hear in her voice lines that sometimes she just slips character. And you will also see that in the latest summer event, she actually completely slipped character, and the two of them became a different kind of people.
Oh.
She has the disconnection from the character, but she really likes being the character.
I mean, if she's not harming anyone, who am I to judge?
Yeah.
We love a cosplay queen.
Yes.
But let me go first here. I would give her a 7.5.
So I'm about at a 7 as well, mostly because I don't really like people who talk very old-fashioned and in third person. Sometimes it talks. Yeah, the princess in the world along, and she actually wants you to play along with her story. That's the most annoying part.
While I agree with you, have you considered the crow points?
The crow
The crow
points.
gets points.
Yes,
In this here
indeed, Oswald or Oz gets points as well. So I might touch a bit and say an 8.
Oh,
Because of Oz.
A whole last point?
Yes, because Oz actually translates for you whatever Thistle says.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because Thistle decides to talk in very old-fashioned manner, and Oz decided to be a translator for everybody else.
I mean, good for him,
Thank stars Oz
You can
exists.
swear.
Thank fuck Oz exists. Because I would not understand half the things he says.
Okay. Next up.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, the crow.
A photo of Oz for reference as well.
Looks more like a rooster.
Yes.
I
He
won't
does
go.
look like a rooster. So I will also say most of the crows in that world actually look like Oz. He
Okay.
ain't an oddity. He's actually
Okay,
very
the common.
standard.
Okay. Next up. Oh,
The unlucky boy himself.
Bennett, or as we all know him, Nagito. The
No.
de-yassified version of Nagito.
No. Please don't. He is actually the unluckiest boy in all of Mondstadt. And
He actually looks like Makoto, never mind. I mean, if Makoto's hair was white, or that color.
I actually don't
Bleach blonde. What?
I actually don't remember who Makoto is.
He's the... I explained.
Thank godness.
Yeah.
And
Thank fucking God! Also, sorry if there's any noise a mosquito has bit me. Kichi.
And so Bennett, his main point of character is the fact that he's very unlucky. So he hates the fact that he's unlucky, and he wants to find treasures and go on adventures. The problem is, half the time he almost dies.
Okay.
Though, fine point to add, whenever he's unconscious, he's very lucky.
Is
Yeah.
he active when he's unconscious?
No, he isn't active when he's unconscious. Though everybody else is very also lucky when he's unconscious.
Okay.
There's a point in his story where you get trapped in not event. How do you say it? A big thank you to Maria's sister for reminding me.
Whose sister?
Sorry, Luna's sister. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Both my sister and I think you have revealed my name in older videos.
I'm terribly sorry. And
Oh,
anyways, so you basically get trapped in a dungeon, and you one of the decisions you can make is giving him something that can make him pass out. And at that point, either knights or some other adventurers come and help you.
Okay.
But it's only at that point that they come. The rest of the time, you have to try and find a way out on your own.
Okay. How much would you rate
Uh, because he tries, the boy tries really much to be helpful. He's actually about a 7.5,
Yeah, I think,
maybe a 7, depending.
Yeah, I would give him a 7 as well. Okay, moving on.
Who is
Yes.
up next?
There we go. Okay.
Yes,
Here, I remember.
the maid of the Knights of Favonius. She isn't exactly a maid. She is a maid, though she wants to be a knight.
Oh.
Yes, she tries very hard. She's actually one of the most powerful people in Mondstadt.
Oh.
Yes, she has smashed a lot of things.
Okay.
So you may not see her from the actual design over here. She's
Yeah.
very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But the next, she has not yet passed the examinations to become a knight. And she has tried a lot of times. I don't remember how many, but though I believe it's over a dozen.
What keeps her from passing? Because raw strength, evidently she has it.
Yes, she has the raw strength. I think sometimes, some of the times, it's because she gets flustered quite a bit.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't exactly have much to say about Noelle. She's very helpful. She's a good cook. You will see it from her story. And she really likes roses, if you can see from her hair.
Oh.
And shall we go to the ratings? Because I don't exactly have much to say about Noelle.
Sure. Also, I'll probably make it a two-parter because we're already 45 minutes in.
Yay!
Okay, perhaps we'll have it a two-parter. Anyway, how would you rate her?
About a 6,
Oh, really?
maybe a 5. Because being a maid and wanting to become a knight is the biggest thing she has in her story. And Probably a 6 actually, because she has actually 2 stories for her trying to become a knight.
Okay, for me it's an 8.5 actually.
Ooh!
Yeah.
For a starter, she actually likes somebody more than I like it.
Yeah, I really like that archetype actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, and also considering I know some of the lore of the other characters, it feels like a refreshing break for me. You know, it's kinda out of the main lore, but still, has a story.
Yeah, she's actually, while she doesn't show up in the main story, she does have the 2 side stories, as I said. So apparently, the company thinks wants to make her as important as the rest of us wanted.
Okay, moving on.
Moving
A
on,
boy.
we go back to Liam, and we will see later if we go back to Mondstadt. Probably we will. So the next character we have is from Lie. He's Chon Yun. He is a pharmacist. They say it, exorcist. Actually, he's an exorcist.
Yeah.
Though, because he has a great amount yin energy, I believe.
Yeah.
Either yin or yang. I can't actually remember which one it was.
Energy.
Energy,
Has
yes.
good vibes.
He has a lot of good vibes, but
Good
unfortunately,
vibes.
vibes. But
Kleenex
unfortunately,
on his
because of that, all of the ghosts avoid him, and he hasn't actually exorcised the ghost in his life. He hasn't
Oh.
actually seen one.
Well, that's
That's
a
very
pity.
sad. And another thing about him is actually the fact that he cannot eat anything that's hot, spicy, hot, anything like that.
Yeah.
So even soups and the like, he eats them cold. The main thing you will see.
Oh, so temperature-wise.
Yes, temperature-wise.
Oh.
He actually constantly has on him ice cream.
Oh.
Not actually ice cream, popsicle.
Yeah.
Popsicle is the word. And
Cold juice.
and the popsicles are actually made from both him and Xiangling to help with keeping his temperature down.
Okay, the way my tiny brain understood this, made by him, I understand that the popsicles were made by
Him.
some part of him.
No, Luna.
His blood.
No, Luna, relax.
I don't know, my
Chill,
mom.
woman, chill. So, actually, I believe it is made by one of the original flowers over there,
Oh.
as well as, I believe, slime. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
Though at some point we do learn the recipe for it.
Uh-huh.
And he is actually the best friend of one of the previous characters, Shincho.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Him.
Yeah, what else?
Him, her. This depends.
Pronouns are a concept. How would you rate him?
I would actually rate him at about an 8.5.
Okay.
An 8.5, I would say. Mostly because, I don't know, some characters just do me a little less, some do me a little more.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's a 7.5 for me. Yeah.
Pretty
Good enough.
understandable.
Yeah. Again, a cool little concept, a break from the main lore that can be heavier, but that's that. Moving on.
My baby! My main! My girl! Supras.
She's a fan, as you can hear.
I'm a very big fan because she's the main character I use. So this lovely little lady is one of the alchemists in the Knights of Favonius. She is actually the assistant to the head of the alchemists.
Mm-hmm.
She's very passionate about her work, although she's very shy. She actually, according to her backstory, she had, I think, 2 friends. Though she had a falling out with both of them, and she became a bit of a satin.
That's low-key.
Yeah.
The background of a My Little Pony character.
Oh no.
Moon Dancer.
I do not remember.
Yeah, I mean it's in the later season, so.
So there's no way I would have
There's-
seen it.
Yeah.
And one of the main things she actually wants to make, she majors in biological alchemy, so she tries to be productive by either helping make things in better or bigger production wise, so that she can.
Capitalist.
No, she ain't.
Stone cold capitalist.
Oh my god! No, my baby! Do not talk about her like that. And so, yeah, she's very shy. She actually very much speaks to my heart because of the fact that I'm very socially awkward as well.
Okay. Yes, love the noise king. Anyway.
Yes, so. And also, as you can see, she's actually one of the first characters we see so far who isn't fully human. If you can see by the side of her hair, she has animal ears.
Yeah, let me zoom in.
Yeah,
Here we
she
go.
has very fluffy ears, though she hides it because she doesn't want the attention from it.
Cute.
Everybody wants the pet ears. Also, nobody knows specifically what she is. So she might be a fox, she might be a cat, we don't know.
Okay.
So but obviously she's 10 out of 10, though if I could, I would put her in a million.
Obviously, it's a 9 for me.
Yeah, she's my baby. She's a cat at 10.
Yeah. Next up.
We have the acting grandmaster herself, Jean.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, that's the main thing
Yeah.
about her. So Jean is our first workaholic of the bunch. There will be a lot of workaholics in Genshin Impact, as you shall say. And she is the big sister of Barbara. And the main characteristic about her is that she is a workaholic. She does not take breaks. Lisa basically has to drag her out of her office just to make her take a walk.
Okay. Is that all about her?
Basically, this is all about her. Mostly because I do not actually have Jean as a character myself, and I only know the lore that is inside of the story. And while she plays a major part in the first chapter of Genshin Impact, she's actually not seen in in both events and other character stories.
Alright. So, the rating.
The rating is actually about maybe a 5 or
Oh.
a 6. I will say a 5.5 because a lot of people say she's a very good character to have gameplay wise, though I don't actually really like Jean.
Okay, I think it would be either a 6.5 or a 7 for me. Mainly because I like the way she's dressed.
Yes, they actually changed her clothes from what we have up over here.
I think, from what I remember from back then, they were less modest.
They were really less modest. They also, I think they have changed the main dressing style of about 4 characters. One of them also being Amber, who was the first character we talked about. And shall we move on?
Sure, but let me add first that I don't remember her previous design, I don't think we have it. But when it comes to girls, females especially, I think that there's a lot of sexualization there.
Oh, definitely.
And definitely from some characters that either are barely legal to put a label to them, or they could pass as teenagers. And I'll say it now before I forget. Then there was an official. This is official art that I didn't feel comfortable showing, so I didn't put that exact same. Hello, editing here actually. This recording about the Genshin Impact characters turned out to be about 4 hours long, so I will cut it into parts as you heard with the video. It actually will be 4 parts long, one released every 2 weeks. That's the plan now. There's more noise by the neighbors. Anyway, I'm here to greet you goodbye, and I love you very much, and thank you for sticking around. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!